we're not keeping it regular today. We're going to get a little weird with our gift giving. Well, it's that time of year again, guys. It is the season of gift giving. I'm going to make it easy for you. And along with buying some fun stuff for yourself, I'm going to help you with what to get that plant parent in your life. We're going to divide it by skill level, a beginner, an intermediate person, and an expert. What do they want and what associated gear is going to help them out? So excited about this video, you guys. Grab something cozy and let's get into it. And I'm really going to push it here. I am going to recommend plants for beginners and intermediates that you think, surely this is an advanced plant, but it's not. I'm here to tell you it's not. Let's push these beginners and intermediates to try these plants that are actually quite easy but look very exotic. Let's give them a few little cool tools and gear to help them along, but I'm tired of a boring plant recommendation list. Let's jazz it up. There is not going to be a snake plant or a pothos seen amongst this list. Let's be honest, I have a pothos in my hallway and they're fine and they look great and they really add something. And I have a snake plant in my yard, but you are the person gifting this knowledge and these cool new plants to someone who knows maybe less than you about plants. So let's help them out. Let's help perpetuate this enthusiasm of very cool looking exotic plants that are getting more accessible. We're not keeping it regular today. We're going to get a little weird with our gift giving. Okay, so let's start out with a bang with number one. For a beginner, I'm going to say the Philodendron Billiardii. So first of all, these are easy to find. Most online stores, I have also seen them at some big box stores. Just make sure to do a thorough inspection for pests first. This one requires bright indirect light. You're going to have to assess first whether or not your friend lives in a dark cave-like environment or there is some semblance of light. Otherwise, this whole plant gift-giving idea is just dead in the water. A Billiardii is pretty neglect-proof. It can tolerate a fair amount of drying out. It's a pretty rapid grower. So just to illustrate this point, this is a Philodendron Billiardii that I got from Home Depot, and I left it on purpose in the dismal peat that it came in. It doesn't get a ton of light. It gets sort of like peripheral light. I often let it dry out. And this is its newest leaf. It looks great. This is a leftover Halloween decoration. This one too. I will eventually get it together. Yeah, I'm walking the walk, guys. This guy does not need a lot. Also, another plant is, of course, your Monstera deliciosa. Somebody asked me recently if this is a pet-friendly plant. It is not a pet-friendly plant. Most of these plant recommendations I'm giving you are not. Plain old Monstera deliciosa is a great plant because A, is usually found dirt cheap. B, it is so easy. And C, it's going to do okay for you in a varying degree of light. And it almost has like a positive feedback system of how happy it is and how much light it's getting. It's going to tell you if it's putting out new leaves at a slowish clip with not many new fenestrations, you should probably be giving it more light. If it's pumping out leaves, if each leaf is getting bigger than the next and it's putting out new degrees of fenestrations, you've advanced to the next level. Okay, so let's move on to gear for your beginner plant parent. What is one thing that a new plant parent struggles with? Overwatering and underwatering, right? Let's take that out of the equation for them. Let's set the new plant parent up for success. So why not give them a self-watering pot? Just explain how it works. This is your self-watering pot. The water goes in the reservoir. There's usually a little wick system, and it's going to pull up the moisture as needed for whatever the plant requires. And then you just peep on either the reservoir or a little meter that tells you when the plant needs to be rewatered. I wish I had that as a new plant parent. What is the second thing that a new plant parent maybe doesn't know or needs a little bit of help with? Nutrients, fertilization. Sometimes people don't know that they're supposed to be doing that. Their plant is alive but looking sad and they don't know why. So help your friend out. Give them a little bottle of Super Thrive Foliage Pro. It is a very good all-purpose nutrient mix. If you want, you can even tape a little sticky note on the bottle that says 1 teaspoon.
1 1 teaspoon
Per gallon of water. Just do the work for them. Just tell them what to do. It will be fine. In the holy trinity of like watering, nutrients, and lighting, let's say your plant friend does live in a dark cave and you could get them the easiest plant in the world, but they all are going to require light. So I use the Rousseau Plant Care grow lighting, which I love. They are architectural. They're beautiful. They would not be the same without it. But let's say you don't want to spend over $100 for a grow light. Maybe try buying them or yourself, one for them, one for you, the Sensi grow light, which will just screw into a light fixture. And you could actually find cute light fixtures. I think you set up your beginner plant friend with success and probably started them on a brand new addiction, which good for you. Hi, it's me from the future. I thought of this other plant that would be amazing for beginners. This is my first anthurium, my Radicans luxurians, and it is pretty much foolproof. So, oh, look at this. It's growing a big mushroom. So this thing is, you can dry it out a little bit. It's not going to love being overwatered, but it is pretty forgiving, and it is constantly pumping out leaves, flowers all the time. It's really easy. So if you are a person who wants to try something that looks advanced but is actually quite a forgiving plant, I feel like Radicans luxurians is an excellent choice. I mean, look how cool and like reptilian and textural this guy is. He's given me zero problems. He's just gotten bushier. He has exactly 1 million offshoots, flowers constantly, putting out leaves constantly. He's my best friend. Just kidding, but I do really like him. Let's move on to the intermediate folks. This is not their first rodeo. They have a plant or two. They're interested in branching out and trying a little bit more. They have done your Monstera and they're ready to branch out a little bit. So let's help them. The first plant I would recommend for this person is Philodendron Spiritus Sancti. And I'm recommending this plant because now it's such a cool looking plant, but it has gotten comically cheap. This used to be such a coveted plant costing thousands of dollars, obscene. So this plant, very architectural. It's an easy plant. It grows quickly. It loves a moss pole, which maybe your intermediate plant parent has been dabbling in. Plant number 2 by Constellation Monstera. Again, this plant parent knows a little bit about plants, but they're starting to get into more of an exotic plant. Tycon is another one that now with tissue culture is quite inexpensive, very accessible, and very easy. The only thing you're going to want to tell them is to supply the Thai Constellation Monstera with a little bit of light, because the cream colored variegations in them, they need some help with some more light to photosynthesize and stay light. Otherwise they will revert back to their green color, and then it's just the Monstera, which is fine, but that's not what you paid for. I would also recommend highly the variegated Alocasia Friday or Mycolitziana. Again, in the same group of better accessibility. These used to be exorbitant. Since this person, they get now that plants need light to thrive and grow big and beautifully, they can handle a variegated plant. But gear-wise, since it's an alocasia, you may consider buying them a little bit of a pest regimen, because as us seasoned plant parents know, an alocasia is a magnet for a spider mite, which are the bane of my existence, other than a mealybug. Those are worse. Yes, those are worse. One that I really like is Dead AF, and your plant friend can proactively treat, but it's actually nice to have something on deck before the problem has actually occurred. Getting a pest in your plants is very stressful. So let's alleviate that stress for them. Let's get them a little roll of Velcro tape and some little clear stakes and butterfly clips. These are great for staking up wonky looking leaves and petioles and making the plant more aesthetically pleasing, which I am all about. Also, here is a great stocking stuffer idea. Why not throw in a little bit of great white powder? So this is, if you don't know already, because I have not ceased mentioning it, this is a mycorrhizae beneficial bacteria. If you're repotting something, you can sprinkle it on the roots. It is literally the powder of life. Or you can sprinkle a little bit on your soil, mix it in, or you can add it into your watering nutrient mixture. And what this does is it creates a symbiotic relationship, and it helps your plant and its root utilize water and nutrients in a more effective way. You're going to get this these fuzzy roots on your plant. It's called hyphae. Basically, it's like they're acting as little branches to help suck in and absorb more nutrients and water more effectively. And it's just like steroids for your roots. They absolutely love it. It makes for a hardier, more robust plant. Instructions are on the bottle, but I would die if somebody got this for me in my stocking. I would be so thrilled because it's not that expensive, but it's not super cheap either, but it is like 100% worth it. Guys, I feel very strongly that every intermediate plant parent should own an Anthurium crystallinum. So I have tried this in so many different substrates, leca, pon, and chunky aroid mix. You will be set up for success with this plant. It is so pretty. And then if you have good luck with this one, you can try a fancier velvet Anthurium like this Dock Block Michelle that I just got at Home Depot. So I am keeping it for now in the dismal peat moss that it came in. So far it's doing okay. The new emergent that it came with was a little bit beat up, so I have low expectations for this. It is rehydrated, but listen, Home Depot thinks that you can attempt this gorgeous velvet Anthurium, and so do I. So I think a great start though for you would be, for my intermediate plant parent, would be an Anthurium crystallinum. Give it a whirl. Lots of Plant Purge small sellers have these, and I've gotten the majority of mine from Equigera. It's more proof of how non-fussy an Anthurium crystallinum is. So this one I got, and it had these terrible looking leaves on it. And eventually I thought, this is so ugly. I want this to go away. So I put this downstairs in no man's land where it's about 10 degrees colder. This magnificent thing grew. So this is mostly in coconut chips and perlite, your standard Equigera mix. And it thrives on neglect. I feel very strongly that this is an amazing plant for an intermediate plant parent that is really loving the look of Anthurium, but doesn't know where to start. So this is your guy. Okay, we've reached the final boss level, and
Shall not pass!
and that is expert or advanced. And you know what? This person is going to be hard to impress. They maybe have a lot of plants, or the plants that they have, they are rare, they are expensive. What in the world do you buy this person? Or maybe it's yourself. When I think of an advanced plant parent, I think of my sister, I think of my coworker Garrick. We have the same type of plants. So I'm thinking hybrids. I'm thinking fancy Anthurium hybrids. You don't have to buy a mature one. These are going to cost you a pretty penny, hundreds of dollars. But if you want a little bit of a splurge, and this person obviously likes a little bit of a challenge, you could get a fun, fancy hybrid seedling, or a smaller plant. For this, I would, of course, turn to Palm Street, which they have many live sales, plant purges. Some sellers that I absolutely love with very cool hybrids are Nice Plants, Good Pots, Rad Roots, Anthurium Papa. The rare plant fairy is going to be some high rent designer plants, which is also a great idea. So they have live sales, they have a website. Highly, highly recommend the plants I have received from all of these, so I can recommend with confidence. I am thinking of my own wish list when I think about these particular plants. So I love my Papillolaminum Voldemort from Woohoo Tropicals, and you can find some Voldemort Pappies around. Dream plant for me for the year is probably an Anthurium Red Spider. These are hard to find. Let's see, Anthurium Delta Force, any kind of Dock Block hybrid. Also, as far as gear, you may want to get this person some spare moss poles. A jazzy looking potting mat is also a really good idea. This person probably has their own routine and their own nutrient regimens. However, I do know some advanced plant parents who had not heard of using a mycorrhizae powder or beneficial bacteria. So if they're not already doing that, they might want to consider adding that in. And you may want to consider gifting them some Great White, or if you love a mycorrhizae powder already, why not to gift that for them? Also, I love a glass cloche for my seedlings. If this person is growing in ambient like I am, and they don't have room in their grow tent or grow cabinet, I think a cloche for a seedling is a great idea. It just keeps the environment warmer, more humid, more of like a grow tent-like condition, and seedlings love it. Here's kind of a weird idea for the advanced plant parent in your life. Get them a Warwick Wianum seedling. It is like the pickle jar challenge. No one can resist attempting this. Your advanced plant parent will be up for the challenge and has undoubtedly unalived many a queen themselves. But we still keep trying, and some behave better than others. So you can sometimes find a moderately inexpensive Warwickwianum. This plant is so alluring because mature, it looks so beautiful. So it is worth attempting every single time. As a plant parent gets more seasoned, sometimes they have better luck with this. This is a difficult plant. I would not give this to a beginner unless you very much dislike the beginner person. Even as a seedling, I don't know. I don't think it's a good choice. But for an advanced plant parent, they will not be able to say no to attempting this plant. So go ahead and get them the Warwickwianum seedling. Just do it. They will happily accept another one. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you found this helpful. I hope it helps with your shopping endeavors and gave you some great ideas of what to buy the plant parent in your life. If you think of anything great, I'm sure the plant community would love to know your thoughts. Leave it in the comment below if I left anything out that you think is a must-have plant parent gift idea, or even like a good plant. Thanks so much for watching. Wishing you all the big leaf energy. Happy holidays. I will see you next time. Cheers.